One thing that I definitely have is a sense of humor. I say it's going to be my 4th birthday coming up. You know, it's not a sad thing, it's a positive thing. 4 years ago, things could have gone differently.
December 27th, 2017, a normal day. It was after Christmas. There was a holiday tournament in Pelham. They were playing at the middle school. Jordan scored 2 really quick baskets. Like, he was off to this great start. Shortly after that, he just started to rock. It was weird. And then he just crumbled.
Both myself and Detective Hines were there watching our cousins play basketball.
Very quickly after I was on the court, you had the trainer, a doctor, Detective Hines and Officer Sheehy were there on the floor with us.
I had radioed ahead for an ambulance to come, and his situation just seemed to be getting a little bit worse. So I had ran out to my car and grabbed the AED. On my way back in, I had ran past the school's AED. At the time, it didn't even occur to me that they would have had one there. I just knew where my stuff was. We cut his shirt off, put the AED on, and it advised us immediately to shock him, which I think shocked all of us. I think he took almost like one last gasping breath of air, and then it seemed like we really need to give him a shock.
And Jordan convulsed, and he needed a second shock. And so on the second shock, that's when he convulsed again, and he coughed loudly, and he started to breathe again.
At this time now, we went from getting him in a position to get him to the hospital. Our chief at the time, as we were preparing to get him in the ambulance, our chief put it over the radio, we're doing a full escort.
I was at work that day, and I looked down and I saw that I missed 2 phone calls from Steve. Jordan has broken many bones, he hurt his shoulder, and I was like, what did he do now? Like, literally, it's like, what bone did he break? And then the next thing I knew, I looked down at my phone and Steve sent me a text and said, drop everything and get to New Rochelle Hospital. There was one of the dads there, and he greeted me in the emergency room and hugged me and said, just be thankful he's alive. And I still did not comprehend truly the enormity of what happened. Jordan was then transported to Montefiore Children's Hospital.
So when I first woke up in the hospital, I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, something's not right. I'd say the first person to, sit down with me, and when I first remember and explain it to me, I think was my dad. This happened, you're here, you're okay.
There was one nurse in particular, we called him Superman, and they wanted just Jordan to rest, and Jordan couldn't rest. And I remember Superman, going over to him and saying, at the basketball court, how quick do people come and save you? And he's like, very quickly, and he says, there is a whole team of doctors and nurses here all around you on this floor, and we will not let anything happen to you. And that was really powerful, and I remember thinking, wow, he truly died on the court. I think it was probably at that point that I got it.
Jordan, he's become one of my heroes, honestly. After everything, it brings you closer to family, just in general.
We have 3 kids, Jessica, Jason, and Jordan. My heart goes out to all the parents who aren't as lucky as we are. It is heartbreaking. I have to say thank you to all the parents and all the families who are really telling their story, even with a different outcome. About 3 weeks after Jordan's incident, I got a call from somebody in town, Dana. Her husband, Dave, he was saved on the soccer field here in town. He had a cardiac arrest. Dana and I have this now shared experience, and together we just started asking a lot of questions, and we sort of learned that this was not as rare as we all first thought it was. Our goal is to go into other Westchester communities to make sure people are aware of sudden cardiac arrest and the importance of being prepared.
I believe it was the season after, they had Jordan come back to the gym in Pelham.
And so Jordan was able to put on the uniform. They started the game with the person at the foul line. You know, he took the foul shot, they stopped the game, they hit the buzzer.
It was a very surreal feeling that I was able to walk off by myself, not getting into an ambulance and being rushed to the hospital, just walking off and like saying hi to my teammates and my coach.
And when everybody stood up and gave him that standing ovation, I think everybody had tears. You know, I think everybody had tears.
Family, friends, all there, crying, clapping. It was... It was great.
He's one of my best friends, still is today. One of the strongest relationships I have in my life. Just knowing what he went through, while that's a scary thing, can make you live life to the fullest.
You know, I can still joke around, shoot hoops with my friends on the basketball court. I still can do that. So I'm very lucky to say that. And, you know, I just get to look back at all the things I've accomplished over the past 4 years and just be thankful about it. It's my goal to, you know, continue to speak about my story.
I think about it most days. There aren't too many days that go by that I don't think about it in some way. Most of the time I smile, and there's so much good that's come out of this. We're thankful for everybody that was there, the roles that they played, the fact that, you know, the officer had an AED and knew how to use it.
To look at people and say, you know, you saved my life. Being able to say that to them, and, you know, truly, you know, I can never thank them enough.